and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-270-8132 or oxcarcare.com.
WINS FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
AccuWeather cloudy tonight, windy, much colder, down to 22. Sunday, tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, very cold. The high 35 Midfield will make it feel much colder. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Madison Pettis and Ferguson. Gary Souter at the editor's desk. On the show, Cavallo.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds, 92.3 FM, New York.
Good evening. It's 45 degrees at 6 o'clock. I'm Bud Mishkin. Here's what's happening. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo is now running for mayor of New York. The official announcement came today. Bronx tenants rally against their landlord on the public advocate's worst landlords list. Pope Francis had a peaceful night after a troubling coughing fit. Ukrainian President Zelensky gets a much more positive response in London than he did at the White House. And a sad day in New York and beyond with the death of a musical icon, David Johansen. Sports, college basketball, St. John's beat Seton Hall. The Red Storm win their first outright Big East championship since 1985. Nets are in Detroit tonight. The Islanders beat the Predators. Devils are in Utah. Yankees and Mets. Tonight, NYCFC is playing in Los Angeles. Wednesday time, 6:01. It's time for traffic and transit. And we check in with Russ Meyer.
And trouble popping up all over New Jersey. Well, not all over, but a significant number of spots. The first one is on 280 westbound. Right by exit 1 for New Road in Parsippany. A brush fire. They now have all lanes closed. So do not get onto westbound 280 as your route to Route 2. It's not going to work. What you can do is bail out at Eagle Rock Avenue. Take that, you can take Eisenhower Parkway over to 10. Also, you can take Eagle Rock Avenue over to Ridgedale Avenue. Instead, got a couple of options. Now, if you are heading eastbound, you will see a little bit of a snag, but no closures to speak of. Elsewhere in New Jersey, we have got a crash on the Parkway southbound, a little north of the Colonia Service Road, all down through Woodbridge. Right and center lanes are blocked. Just scooting towards the second person. The traffic's doing okay. And also 1 and 9 south by Woodlawn Avenue and Linden. Right and center lanes are closed. There's a down pole. Gonna be out there for a while. At the right and center lane, 27 is an option. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. About 20 in at the GWB, about the same at the Lincoln, 25 at the Holland from Connolly Avenue, and about 15 from the Turnpike. At the Lower East River, watch for slowdown at the Brooklyn bound side of the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm Russ Meyer. Next reports at 6:11. 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
It's been nice and warm for a couple of days, especially for late February, early March, but that's about to change for a couple of days. Let's get the latest now from AccuWeather's Matt Benz.
And temperatures took it 64. Back at 1 o'clock, we're now hanging out in the 40s at the moment, and 22 here later on tonight with the wind. Real feels into the single digits above zero, so certainly a cold stretch of weather here for tonight, tomorrow, and into Monday as temperatures only reach the high 30s for highs here for tomorrow and Monday. The good news, it's a short-term cool down. Temperatures back at the 20s here by Tuesday. Back to you.
News time, 6:03. It's official. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is jumping into the mayoral race.
I know we can turn the city around. And I believe I can help. And that is why I announced my candidacy today for mayor of New York City.
The race with a 17-minute video on YouTube claiming himself a moderate who could perform the balancing act of working with President Trump and fighting him. It was 3.5 years ago when then Governor Cuomo went from being a hero for leadership during COVID to being admonished and worse for his behavior with women. In a 17-minute address, Cuomo referred to past, quote, mistakes. He did not mention harassment allegations levied against him. The reaction from New Yorkers?
He's coming back. Why? For what?
You could say that Phyllis has a lot on the situation.
I mean, like, leave it alone. Go do retirement. Go to a nice beach. You know, have a nice time with yourself. Enjoy retirement at your age.
He's got
Andrew, he's got.
I love Cuomo. I would love for him to run.
whoever wins the primary. city that's getting tired of politics as usual.
They all do the same thing. The next mayor that's gonna come in, they're gonna complain about something he's not doing.
It's gonna be another 4 years of circus.
The Democratic primary is June 24th. In the Bronx, Monica Guy 10 wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time 6:04. A rally today in the South Bronx by tenants of buildings owned by one of the city's most notorious landlords. On the Public Advocate's Worst Landlords watch list, David Tenenbaum reigned.
We're gonna stand with these tenants who have to endure some rough winters, who have to go through sometimes with no gas, no heat, no hot water, have to live with mold. All of these conditions that you would not want your family member to live in.
The tenants live in several buildings on East 138th Street. The tenants have taken action against the property management company known as Denali Management in response to that. A fatal hit-and-run accident early this morning in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Police say a man crossing the intersection at Withers Street and Woodpoint Road was hit by a truck driver just before 4 a.m. The victim was pronounced dead at a local hospital. The driver left the scene. Anyone with information is asked to call crime 1-577-TIPS. Now to the latest on the medical condition of the Pope.
The Vatican says that Pope Francis slept through the night without any crisis. He got up this morning and he drank a coffee. This is according to Vatican officials after what was a frightening incident yesterday when he had a coughing fit that caused him to vomit, and he inhaled some of the vomit into his lungs. That necessitated a bronchoaspiration, which is sort of a suctioning of his lungs that doctors had to do. They say they need 24 to 28 hours of this incident. The Pope apparently was collaborative and lucid throughout.
That's correspondent Trisha Thomas. One day after his tumultuous and vitriolic meeting with President Trump and Vice President Pence at the White House, Ukrainian President Zelensky met today with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and the tune and the tone was completely different.
Very, very welcome here in and the cheers on the street outside. You have
The two leaders also signed what the British government is calling, quote, a landmark 100-year partnership to deepen security ties and strengthen partnership for future generations. This is the final day of the first phase of the Israel-Hamas ceasefire. Negotiations on the second phase are underway with apparently no progress.
Israel has indicated they would